letting go of the past. Hello, all you beautiful souls out there in my social media family. My name is Chris, and I'm here to help you find your happiness. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing something that was very, very, very hard lesson for me to learn, and that was being able to let go of the past. One of the things that we have to understand about the past is it's something that cannot change at all. I mean, there's nothing that we could do short of being God or whoever it is that your higher power that it is that you believe in that you could do to go back and change the past. So it's extremely important to understand that what we need to do is learn from those past experiences. Now, if you're like me, in the past, I had a very, very difficult time being able to let go of those things that people had done that I felt were something that was wrong with me, right? Now, one of the things that really helped me out, and I'm kind of like at a loss for words because, now as I sit here and I think about these things, it's amazing to me how being able to let go of those things has actually, how much amazing, amazing, amazing changes have come from finally being able to let go of those things that no longer serve you. And that's probably the best way that I could put it to you. In if you're having a hard time struggling, figuring out how to let go of the past, understand that it's those things no longer serve you. Holding on to, whether it be past relationships that hurt you, whether it's past incidents, whatever the situations where they hurt you. So whether it be people, places, or things, that we're holding on to, understand that if those things are causing you internal turmoil, right? If they're causing you pain, suffering, anxiety, depression, anger, hatred, any of those low vibrational feelings and emotions, those things are no longer serving you. They're not serving your highest good and allowing you to really achieve your fullest potential. So for me, one of the things that I was able to do is I used the power of forgiveness in order to be able to really start to let go of the past. And some of you may have heard this story before, but if you haven't, I'll go ahead and tell you the brief version of it. In the past, I had a girlfriend who had actually been diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. And that was something that really, really, really effed me up, like big time, right? And so for me, it was, the hatred that I had towards her, because of the way everything went down was tremendous. And I remember I was passing through Safeway, and I read this, and I saw the article, or sorry, let me step back. I saw the cover of Psychology Today, and on the cover it said something about embracing your pain. And when I read that, I was kind of like, "What? Embrace your pain? Like, what's going on with that? Like, that doesn't make any sense, right?" So, so I opened up the article, and what I read in there was the few things that really stood out for me was that forgiveness is not for the other person, right? And if you've seen my video on the power of forgiveness, you've heard me say that before. However, one of the things that really stood out to me more so out of everything else in that article was the fact that the lady, the doctor who had written it, she was saying that if we have all of these negative emotions, all of this hatred, depression, anger, resentment, regret in our heart, there's no space for all of the good stuff to come in. So one of the things that it's really important to do is to allow yourself to get rid of those things. Just if they're not serving you for your highest good, if they're not progressing you forward in your dreams and in your desires, then those are things that are no longer serving you, and it's time to let those go. And the best way for me was understanding that I cannot change it, right? No matter how hard, I said this earlier, no matter how hard we try, no matter how hard we would want to, it's just something that cannot change. So if you're having a difficult time, the best thing I can recommend for you is understanding that if you do not clear out your heart from all of those things that are holding you down, none of the good things are going to be able to come in. And the best way to do that I found for myself, I'll say it again, is through the power of forgiveness. Okay? So the story let me finish telling the story that I was going to tell you guys here is that I remember, before I really understood the power of forgiveness, right? I remember sitting in front of the computer. I was in an area where there's a lot of people, kind of, I guess, a common area, right? And I remember writing this letter to my ex-girlfriend, the one that I just mentioned earlier, and what originally started kind of as a FU letter ended up turning into an apology, or not an apology, but into a forgiveness letter, because what basically was, even though you did all of these things to me, I forgive you. And I remember sitting there with my finger over the button, to send it, right? And I sat there and sat there. I'm like, man, like, she doesn't deserve it. Like, I shouldn't, and finally I just said, you know what, F it. I'm going to listen to what this article said, right? And I'm going to go ahead and send it. And I apologize for the camera for bouncing back and forth. It's really windy out here, so I'm going to try to hold it here. But one of the things that, I finally sent it. And when I did, I could not believe how instantly all of those feelings went away. Like, I was so just blown away. I remember standing up in the middle. I mean, there's like dozens of people in the room, right? And I remember standing up like, you have to be freaking kidding me. Like, you have to be kidding. Like, there's no way that it was that easy, right? And I couldn't believe it. And literally the instant that I hit that send button, bam, just like that, it all went away. And so if you haven't gotten to a place where you can send that letter the way I did, at least write it and understand that those things you're supposed to learn from. And when you can learn from the past, that's when all the magic starts to happen. All right, everybody, I hope that you like this video. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. And please share this with somebody who you think might benefit from it. Because we never know when the right words from the right person will hit somebody at the right time and help them find their happiness. All right? And also, please join me on the Vibe Tribe group page. There'll be a link in the description below. That way, if you have any concerns with your specific manifestations or your happiness, you can go ahead and reach out to me in a private message there, and I'd be more than happy to schedule a phone call with you to work with you on your specific concerns. And other than that, I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. Namaste. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to click the subscribe button. All right, everybody. Sending y'all much love. Peace.